Cheese Show. Once again, after a long hiatus, we haven't been on for 3 weeks, but we've been pretty busy. We've been burning the midnight oil and on vacation and stuff like that. Hey, Vegas awaits all them hoes, man. But anyway, here we are again, and there's a lot to talk about in the world of WWE. I mean, lots of stuff has been going on, and we're on the road to WrestleMania, and the card is shaping up pretty well. There's a lot of injuries in the E right now, but hey, at least the card is looking pretty good. So, what do you think of the card so far for WrestleMania, bro?
I think it looks all right. One of the things I want to talk to you about was, do you think the booking of Sami Zayn when he went over Chad Gable to face Gunther at WrestleMania? Do you agree with that? Do you think the fans are on board? Do you think they're going to turn into a triple threat match? That way, Gable can pin Zayn, so Gunther still looks like unbeatable. But he's able then now to move to the world championship contention. Like, what do you think about that situation?
I think that sounds like the best idea. I actually didn't think about that, but that sounds like the best idea because I mean, Sami Zayn is over. He's over huge, but him in a singles match against Gunther, I think that's kind of not good because first of all, it took away the shine from Shorty G, and also that I just don't see Sami Zayn beating Gunther clean or even beating him at all. So. I think that they had Gable and Gable to the match because that way you have the story that Gable's beating the shit out of Gunther and Sammy's in the mix, but then Gunther's trying everything he can do to win to retain the title, but then Shorty G, he does something, or in Sami Zayn, and they're fighting, and finally Shorty G overcomes both of them, and he wins the title by pinning Sami Zayn. That's a good idea. I didn't think of that. I hope Triple H thinks like you because I think that's the best scenario for Gunther and for everybody involved.
Yeah. I thought, I thought for sure that Chad Gable was going to win. I mean, because the way they've set up the story, they brought up his daughter again. The clean cut, American, Olympic athlete going up against, the big bruising, militant, Austrian. I thought that would have been perfect for us. And it's in Philadelphia. Like
Yeah,
17,
yeah,
17.
the city where the revolution started. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
writes itself. It writes itself. But I don't think Triple H thinks like that nowadays. I think
You know,
Triple H he needs a lot of help with his booking decisions. I don't think it's him alone who's doing the booking. I think he's getting a lot of help from other sources. So, but I think that's good. I think that's the best thing. And I think that that's gonna put over all put our parties involved, and then Shorty G and Sami Zayn can feud for the title later on. That's a good idea. And Gunther moves into the main event, and he takes on maybe Drew or Drew already starting the season with Damian Priest. So let's say Damian Priest catches in on Drew, then that sets up Damian Priest versus Gunther for the world title. Gunther destroys Damian Priest, and then he goes on to feud with Drew McIntyre over the title. What do you think about that?
I think that'd be cool. Do you really think that the WWE is going to give Damian Priest a run at the title?
I think they might give him the title for a week or two because I don't think he's good. Honestly, I think he's a decent wrestler, but I don't think he's over with the fans. And they've had to start on him ever since he won the Money in the briefcase. He um he um he just does not seem to be over with the fans. The only time he's ever over is with the Judgment Day, and I mean it's just not good. I mean the way they booked him is not good. They should really just try to book somebody that is over with the fans somehow. And Gunther is an over the top heel right now, and he's making dollar. He'll make money for the E. I don't think Damian Priest is that kind of guy. I don't think
Yeah.
he's the kind of guy who's going to make money for them. So I
Yeah.
definitely think he's gonna get the title for a week, but then he's gonna drop it at like the next premium live event to Damian Priest. I mean
Yeah.
to Gunther. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't. Like when remember when Otis won Money in the Bank, uh, and I was like, this is like how are they gonna put the strap on him? And then they had it where he dropped. Who did he drop the Money in the Bank briefcase to? Was it The Miz or some shit like that?
I think
Um,
it was The Miz or somebody because I seem to remember vaguely that Otis was in a romantic love triangle between Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose, but I wasn't watching that back then. I was kind of taking a hiatus from wrestling, and then that happened. So I don't know. Oh,
okay.
by the way, I got to tell you right now, we have 8 viewers right now.
Oh, right on 8.
Right on. 8 viewers. 4 now. But hey, it's good. We got viewers. So it's slowly going along.
Now,
Anyway, what do you
now, what
think?
think about when they Judgment Day versus Imperium, because during those matches, like the crowd started like cheering Judgment Day. Well, in the Dom versus Gunther match, they were clearly on Gunther's side, but the tag team match, it seemed like the crowd really was going, against Kaiser and Giovanni, and they were really cheering the Prince and Damian Priest. Do you think that WWE is trying to find a way to like turn Judgment Day face?
I think Judgment Days are tweeners right now, and if Rhea Ripley becomes like a tweener face, then the other ones are gonna have to turn tweener face. The only one who doesn't have that kind of shine is JD McDonough, because the guy just has a stony cold evil face. But the other ones are tweeners. I mean, Damian Priest is pretty cool. I mean, let's face it, he's a cool guy. Finn Balor's always been over. Rhea Ripley is good, and Dom, they just love to cheer to hate him. So I
Yeah,
mean, they're all baby faces practically. It's not like the Bloodline where the Bloodline just constantly gets heel heat, but they like that. But I mean, Judgment Day are like tweeners. They're not even bad guys. You can say that they just don't have that kind of thing to them.
yeah, yeah,
What do you
yeah.
think about The Rock on SmackDown? I heard that I didn't watch it, but I heard that he cut a wicked promo against Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, and that he's calling himself the Final Boss now. What do you think about that new nickname, the Final Boss?
I think I think he's entertaining now that he's doing like the old Rock, back from like the Attitude Era, wearing those ridiculous shirts. I think his mic skills, his promo skills were funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
those shirts add the touch because those are like $500 Versace shirts, and the print is like something just a guy like him would wear. So they
yeah,
actually add to the characters. So, I mean, yeah, they call that Hollywood Rock, and so he's back to Hollywood Rock.
yeah. I think the promo work he's doing is really good. It's like I was looking forward to his return, and then when he was going to be the one to take on Roman Reigns, I was like, yeah, it fucking sucks. I don't want to see that. But now having him as a heel, on Roman's side, it's much funner, much more enjoyable.
What do you
Um,
think about what they're saying that Roman Reigns might? Well, I this is just what I've heard, but this is what some fans are saying. But they say that Roman Reigns might actually retain another year against Cody Rhodes. You think the fans are gonna finally gonna riot if that happens?
I hope so. Yeah, I
See,
hope.
that's what I'm getting at. You say you hope so, but some people, especially the ones who are like more knowledgeable than us about the business, they say that they don't think anything's going to happen at all. They think people are still going to tune in. So I mean, I don't know. I guess there's a large segment of the population that wants Roman Reigns to lose the title, but business is strong, and if you see the crowds, everybody's always got their finger up. And I mean, it's like he's still over as all hell. It's just some people are getting bored of him, but not too many people. I
Yeah,
mean, even Michael Cole has gone out on on TV when he's announcing. He says, "Yeah, Roman Reigns always wins, but that's because he's so damn good." You know, Triple H is whispering that in his ear. And I mean, as far as the business side goes, having Roman Reigns as champion has just made them a ton of money. From what I've heard, they're selling out every premium live event, every place they've been to in the past 4 months they sold out. So I mean, the business overseas is huge. I mean, man, they're just making money, and Roman Reigns is the moneymaker of the WWE, and it makes no sense to take the title off of him. But only for storyline purposes it makes sense. But to take the title off a guy like that who's making so much money, I think they could probably the business can probably suffer. You know. So what do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that they sell out because of Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns is never there. He wasn't at the events in Australia. He's not at the premium live events every month. He's at home. He's not at SmackDown every week. He's at home. So I think, you know, keeping they don't have to keep the strap on him because he doesn't, doesn't move the needle like when he
Your
comes to the
audio,
ring.
your audio doesn't sound good. Something's going on with your audio.
Do you have music on right now?
No, it wasn't that. I had music on. I'll turn it down, but your audio was just muffled right now.
How about
Okay,
now?
turned it down. Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay. Yeah. So I got your point. The point you're making is true. They the thing is, I think they're a self-contained entity without Roman Reigns. So the point you're making is valid. I didn't think about that point, but for some reason, I think they think that Roman Reigns adds the touch that they need to the title. And you know, you got guys like Brock Lesnar who are bigger than the WWE, comes in and wrestles part time, and you got guys like Roman Reigns who only wrestles part time. So I mean, once they make a huge superstar, the guy just starts getting lazy and starts wrestling part time. And you know, Cody Rhodes, he doesn't even wrestle that often. He's gonna get the title, and how long is he? How often is he gonna wrestle? He just
Cody
comes
wrestles
out in his
every.
stupid suits and just cuts a promo. That's all he ever does. So
Nah,
that's another guy who doesn't wrestle. The only guy you could say even wrestles is the only two big superstars they had that you can say wrestle are Seth Rollins and Drew. That's it. One of them should be like the Universal Champion, and then one should be the World Champion. But those are the only two big superstars that really wrestle. Cody Rhodes doesn't wrestle. Brock doesn't wrestle. Roman Reigns doesn't wrestle. I mean, who else? Come on, dude.
yeah. Now, Cody Rhodes, he wrestles. He wrestles often,
Maybe twice on TV, or maybe once on TV every month. That's not a lot.
and he goes, "Yeah, he wrestles. He wrestles." I'm on Cody Rhodes' side. Now, do you think they're setting up Drew McIntyre to win the title just to have CM Punk win it the minute he comes back?
Possibly. I don't know if you know this, but Drew's been in contract talks for the past 9 months. He just hasn't gotten to the right contract. I mean, WWE hasn't offered him the right amount of money. I think they don't see the downside. They see a lot of downside to Drew, not too much upside. And Drew's been pushing for a certain creative control. And the way they've been booking him is probably the best way they've been booking him in forever. Because, you know, used to be booked just bad, but now he's actually being booked pretty good. So if he signs his contract, he's going to get the world title for a while. Then yeah, they're probably going to take the top of him when CM Punk comes back. But then again, how healthy can CM Punk stay? Because CM Punk, he just comes in and immediately gets injured. That's the same thing that the captain Kevin Nash 20 years ago. So do you think that CM Punk is going to do the same thing this time?
Yeah, um, I like he'll probably get hurt again because he's old and hasn't really wrestled in a long, other than when he was in eight. Was he an All Elite AEW for a little while?
Yeah, he
Um,
was. He wrestled a lot there, and he really didn't get injured. But the minute he comes back to WWE, he gets injured.
Now, do you think like Endeavor now would be gun shy about putting the title on him because he already got hurt, or do you think they're like kind of willing to kind of go all in with him and really push him um, to the forefront again?
I think that Endeavor doesn't have too much of input into WWE right now. I think they're letting Triple H run things, and basically, I think that whoever's over is going to get the title, and if CM Punk is still over by the time he comes back, I think they're going to give him a good run with the title. But I just don't see CM Punk wrestling for that much longer. And when he came back, he was okay, but he moved the needle in AEW, but you remember he was out of wrestling for 10 years, and he had to shake off the ring rust, and he's just a lot older now. I don't think he has too many years left. Maybe 1 or 2 years, and then he's gonna finally retire for good. So yeah, he's gonna get the title, but how long is the heat with the title gonna last? And it won't probably last that long. So I think that they're gonna have to find somebody else to put the title on. By the time CM Punk and Drew are feuding for the title, Gunther's going to be red hot. So they're probably going to put the title on Gunther by that time. So basically in 2025, 2026, I see that we have 2 or 3 champions maybe 4 that are very young. I see Gunther winning a title. I see uh, Bronny winning a title. I see Carmelo Hayes winning a title, and Montez Ford. So we got those 4 who are potential world champions. So
Yeah,
I think that they're the future. These guys that we're talking about, they're in their late 30s. These guys are almost 40. Those guys that I just mentioned are not even 30 yet. That's the future right there. And W for the past 30 years has been about the youth, and the youth are the ones who are gonna run things sooner or later.
yeah. Um, what do you think about the like Rhea Ripley's supposed to fight Becky Lynch, and now like Liv Morgan is getting in the mix. Do you think they're going to sustain that through WrestleMania? Or do you think they're gonna squash that pretty quick?
I think they're gonna squash that pretty quick. I think Liv Morgan's going to lose to Rhea Ripley on the way to WrestleMania. Then I think she has a match next week or something. She's gonna lose that match, but then when Rhea Ripley, I think she loses the title. She can or if she retains, she can go back to a feud with Becky. I mean with Liv Morgan and whoever else could elevate. She could try to elevate, but they say Rhea Ripley's being pushed hard because she's being seen as the next China. So they really don't want to take the title off of her because she's just so over, and everybody seems to like her. I mean, they say, "Oh, she's so pretty and she's so talented and she's got a different look than the other women," and so they want to keep her as the world champion.
Yeah, yeah. I think I think they should take the title off her in a triple threat match. Have Liv Morgan pick. I've had enough of Becky Lynch. Being the champion, she's just I don't know. It's too much. Um, she right now. I'd rather have. So they should do a triple threat match. Have Liv Morgan pin Becky Lynch, and then China should go after the China should go after the Intercontinental Championship, much like China Rhea Ripley should go after the Intercontinental Championship like China did all those years.
Yeah, they have intergender matches in other federations, but they don't really want to do that in WWE because WWE is considered the mainstream federation, so they don't do that kind of shit that those other ones do. But yeah, I mean, it would be an attraction, that's for sure. But I mean, WWE is supposed to be family friendly, and they won't do something like that. So I mean, that's something that's like the final frontier. That could work in AEW where they even have training gay wrestlers, but in WWE, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, it's a dream. A dream.
Yeah,
So, uh, okay, so what else? What do you think about the Prime logo that's going to be on the mat for all of the premium live events?
I think it's weird to look at, but I just don't see why they haven't done it sooner. Because they have branding all over the place in WWE, and you just don't see it. But I mean, they had Slim Jim for years, they had Snickers for years. Now Prime is because they have Logan Paul as a wrestler in the Fed. I mean, they're gonna have all kinds of branding now. It's something that is an Endeavor move, not a Vince move. So I mean, that's why they've changed. They really changed their business perspective, and I don't think it's that bad. I don't think the fans are gonna react one way or the other. I think it's just something that is a sign of the times. I don't think that I think they have to move ahead and just they got bought out by a bigger company. They're changing and we have to change with them if we want to watch. Because I mean I think what the moves they're making are pretty decent. I mean the announcer who they have on Raw, Pat McAfee, I mean, he's still not too knowledgeable, but it's a different perspective, and it's not having a wrestler as a commentator. So I mean, it's a different perspective. They're trying to make it more mainstream and more sports like. So if you like that, then you like it. But I don't know how the fans are going to feel about it. And remember, wrestling has always been seen as lowbrow entertainment. You even said that. I remember you're the person who told me that. It's like lowbrow entertainment. And let's face it, wrestling fans aren't smart. Wrestling fans are usually pretty dumb. They're like just mentally challenged people. So I mean, they're not like very intelligent people, and also they don't make the kind of money that another sport would make, like a boxing fan. I mean, when I'm watching football events and baseball events and boxing, they have ads for Porsche cars. Do they have ads for Porsche cars when they're viewing wrestling? No way. That's the thing. You know what kind of audience attracts a wrestling show. So I mean, it's not the kind of audience that Endeavor sees itself always
Mhm.
attracting. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Pat McAfee.
Endeavor's trying to get all the combat sports under their umbrella, and so once that happens, the higher ups can start doing certain things and can attract all different kinds of economic circles, like people of different social status and people of different socioeconomic backgrounds. In that way, they have a lot of people from all over watching the sports.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And like Pat McAfee, you brought him up. I find him entertaining, but like what bugs me about Pat McAfee is like I just like tell him like calm down, bro, because he's always like, I was NFL, a Super Bowl. I won a Super Bowl. It's like, bro, you were a punter. Like you punted the ball, you kicked. Like you didn't tackle, you didn't like you probably held the during the game, you probably held the ball maybe 7 minutes your entire career. All you did was kick. And yeah, it takes skill, and to be in the NFL, you have to be a great athlete. Even at to be a punter, you really don't have to be a great athlete. All you got to do is kick. So like when he goes off on those tangents, he wears like muscle shirts. It's like, bro, you're like, yeah, you're in good shape for like a regular guy, but for someone who's you know was in the NFL and who talks like he does, like it's like, dude, cover up, man. Your arms aren't that big. Like you're not in that good a shape. Um, just
Bro. He's not a wrestler. He's a commentator. He's not putting himself in the ring and trying to act like he's a wrestler or even a big shot NFL player like you're saying.
yeah,
He's just a guy who's enjoying the show. You're criticizing, you're critiquing this way too much. I mean,
okay,
he's a sideshow freak. He's not even he's not even part of the show. He's just a prop, dude. I mean, some things are just there. I mean, it's like the referees. The referees are. I mean, you see the referee, Pat McAfee is basically that. He's just a prop. The
the ref
wrestlers are the thing, you know.
the referees are in better shape than Pat McAfee. No, it's just Pat McAfee, like his because he does like an ESPN radio show. He does all kinds of stuff where he's very verbally, cocky and arrogant, and he's very, that's just who he is. And it makes a lot of money, and he's entertaining. But I just want to say, calm down, bro. Like you're not, as far as NFL players go, compared to dudes like you or me, yeah, he's in great shape, great athlete. But compared to like other, you know, compared to the other NFL players, like he's really not, yeah, not so much. I just want to calm down a little bit, bro. Just bring it
Well,
down.
but that's the same thing. Like people who criticize Logan Paul for not being a wrestler. It's just personal issues with the guy. It has nothing to do with is the value he brings to the company. Maybe he brings value to the company and people like him, not necessarily you or me, but that he brings some value and people. It's all about the demographics. There are people in the office that are much more educated than you and I who crunch numbers all day long and they see, oh, Pat McAfee's on, he's getting a good response, we'll keep him. Those are the people who keep him there and keep him employed. They're not criticizing him for being out of shape or not being in shape for the way he acts on TV. That's like when you criticize Aleister Black for being flabby. It's like, come on, dude. I mean, what does that have to do with his wrestling ability or his entertainment ability? It's
Yeah.
like that, man. I mean,
It's the
it's
whole
just
package,
that
bro. The
has
whole
absolutely nothing to do with wrestling. It's like Mick Foley. Mick Foley was a fat, out of shape, ugly dude who had no teeth, and he wrestled for a long time. He got to work with the fans. It's all a
and
show. It's all
and
part of the circus that the
Mick,
McMahon's built.
Mick Foley always wore a shirt to to cover everything up. Aleister Black, Aleister Black's tubby, and he'll go, and he's shirtless out there in the little skinny tidy, not tidy whiteys, but the little
Oh
wrestling
my
shorts. And
god, man.
he's like, look at my tattoos, and I'm like, yeah,
It's like you like 40, 20 years ago when we were young. You wanted to be a wrestler. You're just crying sour grapes because you never became a wrestler. You should have gone to the tryout and tried, man. You
wait,
then
man,
you could have done that.
that stuff looks dangerous, bro. I can't do that.
Yeah, well, you remember we used to watch WCW, and then the ad came out, and you're like, "Oh, I want to be a wrestler. Let's go." I'm like, "I can't be a wrestler. I'm out of shape."
You
You're
should have
like,
gone.
"Well, I'll try it." But you didn't want to go with. You said you didn't want to go.
You should
It's
have
like,
gone to the power plant, bro. The power plant. Uh,
yeah. And how many good graduates did they have compared to the WWE Performance Center? You see how many guys came out of the Performance Center compared to the power plant? It's like these guys know, man, and they pick up all kinds of athletes off the street and train them to be wrestlers. They have people right now in WWE who are good wrestlers who had no wrestling ability at all. So I mean, you gotta to really know what's going on, search the internet, just Google things and learn because this is what's going on, man. I mean, it's turning into something else. Like I told you to watch NXT Level Up. You'll see the kind of people they have there. They have gymnasts, they have weightlifters, they have bodybuilders, they have football players, rugby players. Everything you can think of are becoming wrestlers now
yeah.
because they retire from the sports and become wrestlers.
Hey, what do you think about Maxine Dupree?
I think people are unfair to her. I don't think she has much wrestling ability, but I think people are unfair to her. I don't think they should be criticizing her for being a bad wrestler because let's face it, she's just a pretty face. All she has to do is sit there and look pretty. Before she would have been a great ballet, right up there with Sunny and Missy Hyatt and all them. But now they want the girls to wrestle, so it's like, it's bull BS. But you have what's her name, Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose wasn't a great wrestler and probably got better, is better than Maxine Dupree, but she's been in the game
Yeah,
longer than Maxine Dupree. So I think people are just being unfair to Maxine Dupree.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it
What
seems
do you
like,
think about that?
well, yeah, like, much like remember when Dominic Mysterio first came out?
Yeah.
I was like, so like he sucks. He shouldn't be there. Like I thought they really should have given him time to like work on it and get better.
Yeah,
But
they're
he's a
just
bad
taught
cooking.
treating her badly.
So I think that's the same thing they should do with Maxine Dupree is don't get her in the ring until she's been at the performance center or stick her in NXT for a little while to kind of work on those. And then in a year and a half, 2 years, then bring her back, let her get in the ring when she's, smooth and she has it worked out.
Well, yeah, and that's good, but you know what? WWE has a trial by fire type deal with most of their talent now, and I mean Dominic, he just got thrust into the limelight. and he's doing pretty well now. But of course, people were like, he's not ready. But now he's coming into his own. It's going to take a few more years, so he's really good. But he's coming into his own. I mean, the dude is only like 25 years old. He's getting what do you think he's going to be like if he's still wrestling when he's 35? I mean, come on, man. You can pick this stuff up. Nobody starts out good.
Only
Everybody
if,
just start. Oh,
only if he
here's
works
the
out.
case in point. What were you gonna say?
Only if Dominic works out. If he gets rid of those noodly spaghetti arms, he's got to put on
Here's
some.
the case in point. I was watching Indie Feds and I saw really raw talent. I mean, young guys like 18, 19 years old who can be big stars in the future. That's where these guys start out. The Indie Feds like MLW and the little ones, other little ones. And they got the young raw talent and then they just move around over the globe and then that's what happens. So, I mean, not everybody starts out good. Not everybody's going to be a world champion. Not everybody's going to be a U.S. or intercontinental champion. It's like that, it's just whoever's good is good. And if you're in the WWE, it means you're good enough to be in the big leagues. So just think about it like that, because they cut the shit. They cut the shit all the time. The shitty wrestlers that they just can't market, they cut them. Look at what happened to Top Dollar. Top Dollar was not a. He was. They thought he was talented, but the fans didn't like him. So now he's in MLW. Matt Riddle had substance abuse issues. He was a top talent, but now he's in MLW. So they just get rid of the guys that they just can't have. They just can't have there. So
Yeah. Right on. All right, brother. We've been on about 30
yeah,
minutes.
we've been at this for 30 minutes. This was a good show. What do you think about doing this next week at the same time for 30 minutes again?
Do it, brother. Let's do it. Next
Okay,
Saturday.
man. Great. Well, thank you for all the viewers we had. We had like 40 viewers today in total. Yeah, you're gonna see. I'll send you the link. I mean, not the link, but I'll send you the total. And then we'll do this next week, same time, same channel. Peeps, we're out. So tune in next week, Saturday at 11 a.m. for the Squeeze of the Cheese Show. Bye, bro.
Later, brother.
Okay.